Welcome to ForexToolShop, the #1 Forex robot reviews and ratings site on the internet.
FAPTurbo is one of the longest, if not the longest standing Forex robot in the automated Forex industry. It originated as Forex Autopilot and has since evolved into the FAPTurbo version 49 that we know today. So we're going to take a little closer look at the FAPTurbo product here today. And some interesting things we notice when we watch this system trade is that it always trades during the same time frame. I mean, look at this, 21, 22, 23, and that's pretty much it. And in this little gap is the transition in the gap from the US trading session to the Asian session. This is the only time of day when there is no official market open. So one would presume that FAPTurbo is trying to trade this low volatility session in an attempt to scalp the session and get some easy pips in there. We're not going to get huge radical moves when we're not in an official session. So that's what FAPTurbo tries to do, is pick up small trades in this session. And we can see here that FAPTurbo is still about break even. We've been running it for about 2 months, so not the best performance in the world, but it certainly is not blowing out your account. One thing to consider would be vamping up the lot size. We have here usually trading between 1 micro and 1 mini on all of the currency pairs. So taking a look at a backtest of the system, we confirm our previous hypothesis about the trading time. We can go down here, we can see all orders in the backtest are placed at that same time that we mentioned, that gap between the US session and the Asian session. And FAPTurbo certainly isn't the only robot that does this. Megadroid does this as well, and so do some other automated scalping systems such as Clover IX and I believe Prime Veil. So it's pretty interesting. Actually, if we look at an actual backtest of FAPTurbo, what we did here was ran a backtest of FAPTurbo 49 on the Euro Pound every tick for 2009 on the 15-minute chart. When it was done, we clicked Open Chart, and we can actually come in here and see the trades that FAPTurbo made. So we can see there's some trading activity here in that time frame that we've discussed. Yep, sure enough, 21:30. So we'll zoom in a little bit on these trades, and basically in this session we get a range that the currency trades, and here when it falls below that range, maybe a little play off the support here, it buys and closes out the trade up here. The buy over here, we can see this moving average that they have on here, the 5-period moving average, must be utilized in their system somehow. That's presumably why it's on the chart. So if you can come through here, you can get a sort of a look at the trades it places. And this just helps confirm our belief of the trading time frame. And also, it used to be the fact that when you would backtest FAPTurbo, when you open up this chart, the alligator used to be on here. And so you could go through and look at all the trades versus the alligator. It's not on this chart. If we overlay it, you'll see sometimes it appears evident that stop loss levels stem from this alligator indicator. And so we can scroll through, and again, it's basically in this overnight session, whenever we get a spike out of the range, FAPTurbo will kick in and trade back with it. So scrolling through all these trades, and again you can see down here. And another thing we've noticed is that the trades FAPTurbo takes, the ones they leave on longer, tend to be losers. If we were to pull back open our window here showing our backtest results, we can see here that, as an example, this big loser was opened at 22 and was closed at 750. So that's just something we've noticed running the system. Now, another important point to get across with the FAPTurbo system is that there's a whole other secondary market or community that follow FAPTurbo optimized settings. We do not use the optimized settings on our site. We like to believe that the robot developers will provide the best settings to their traders. We certainly support conversations between our users on which FAPTurbo settings to use. So if you have any settings that strike you as particularly impressive, feel free to post them on our site or ask others for their settings. But as for that pretty much sums up our review on the FAPTurbo system.